We did it! We finally hit 1,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, and I'm so stoked about it. I have a couple things planned for this video. Firstly, I know a lot of people already know me from conventions and Twitter or Tumblr, but for the people that don't, I want to give a more formal introduction to myself. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey with this channel, my plans for the future, and have a little blast from the past. My name is obviously Ivy. I am also obviously and unfortunately American, but I am a very passionate person with so many interests, so many ideas, and just bursting at the seams with all of them in so many different ways. YouTube, of course, is just one of those many ways that I express myself and my creativity. I'm a cat mom of 4. You just saw Nico in the beginning of this video. I am, of course, a massive Doctor Who fan, which you might have noticed because it's the majority of my channel right now, but it's also just a massive part of my life, and that has been a blessing in so many different ways. But I do have other interests. For example, I follow a couple of K-pop groups, though I am out of the general K-pop scene just because of the toxicity of that industry and those fandoms. I am also very interested in maritime and infrastructure mysteries and disasters and building. I'm really into frogs. I love them. I just see myself in them a lot. I also love music. Pretty much at any given point in time, I'm listening to some form of music. I also have a very strong passion for travel. I write a lot, both fiction, nonfiction, fan fiction, you name it. I am also a Gallifreyan scribe, which means that I write and create art using Circular Gallifreyan, which is a fan-made conscript made by Lauren Sherman, which has since been adopted by Doctor Who. You've probably seen me or my work before at Gallifrey 1, which is my second home and just an example of one of the many blessings Doctor Who has brought into my life. One thing I've always wanted to cover but have felt awkward about doing it is why I don't upload a lot. You might have noticed that I don't upload as frequently as other YouTubers, especially other YouTubers in the Doctor Who community do. Last year, especially in 2024, I didn't upload very much at all, and there's a very good reason for that. Not only do I work full-time, but I'm also a student. In 2024, that was when I was working very hard and a lot of hours to complete my bachelor's degree, and I am now completing my master's degree. So it's safe to say that I'm very busy offline, and those things do have to take priority in, compared to my hobbies and things like that. I also I really do love making videos and doing this, which sounds paradoxical, right? But I've never wanted it to feel like a job. Like I have to clock in and make sure I get a video out every week or, you know, nothing like that, because I know the second it does start to feel like a job, there's a high chance that I'm just going to not want to do it anymore, and I don't want that to happen because I enjoy it. I've definitely always focused on, you know, if I don't feel up to it, if I don't have the energy or the time to make YouTube videos, I'm just not going to do it. I think that approach has really worked well for me. I really have not put out as much videos as I have hoped to or that I would have liked to, but at the same time, my relationship with making videos and the channel and everything is very relaxed, it's very fun, and I just enjoy it a lot. So let's talk a bit about my 6-year journey on YouTube. 2019 is when I officially started making videos, and at the time, the only videos I was really making were my Champions updates, which were monthly videos reviewing and talking about issues of a comic book series I really loved at the time, and I still love, which is the Champions series from Marvel. As a fun fact, I really was not watching Doctor Who or in the fandom at this time. And, you know, other interests and fandoms and things like that were already starting to creep in at that time. And so between the gap between Capaldi leaving and Jodie's first series, it really all just surged in and filled in that gap. And Doctor Who just really, I hadn't forgotten about it, but it definitely wasn't on my mind a lot. 2020 was really the catalyst for everything. Series 12 of Doctor Who, when that started airing from Spitefall Part 1, I was back in Doctor Who. It was like I had never left in the first place, but I was back into it. I caught up with Series 11, and then Series 12 while it aired. I was just completely completely in love with the 13th Doctor. But most importantly, even though I had been a Doctor Who fan for almost 10 years at that point, I hadn't really ever engaged with the fandom, and 2020 was when I started doing that. I started out by writing fan fiction, and I found a wonderful community and met some of my absolute best friends that way. I started making my Doctor Who videos, and really once COVID hit, which was post Series 12, like with everybody, my involvement in the fandom and my investment in Doctor Who and my interest just got way more intense, and I was like in it. In 2021, I did unfortunately have a lot of personal struggles and struggles with my mental health, and so I did not make a lot of videos then, and I actually was almost just gonna give up on YouTube and not do it, fun fact, but I stuck with it. And I'm very happy I did, because my Flux reviews / reactions were really when my channel started to pick up. 2021 was a big year for me. I went to Gallifrey 1 for the first time, and I think going to that convention, just seeing all the panels, seeing people express themselves, the cosplays, everything about it really just gave me the confidence I needed to like really get going with YouTube. I collaborated a lot more with others. My reviews started getting more traction. I was doing a lot of other non-YouTube related fandom stuff. Really, the ball just started rolling once I got to Gallifrey 1. 2023 was pretty similar. I started to branch out more in terms of what I was making for my YouTube channel. For example, I made my Leonardo video, which I still love to this day. I started doing panels at Gallifrey 1, and again, that really kept me going and inspired me and gave me a lot of confidence to do this. 2024, another great year, but again, because I was so busy between school and work, I really just did not upload as much as I really hoped to. You know, with season 1 coming out and the Disney deal, everything was new, it was exciting, and I of course had my reviews, but I literally at the time, I had a schedule on my corkboard, and every single hour of every single day was blocked off for something. And of course, I blocked out time to make my weekly reviews, but that's just to give you an idea of how busy I was. Literally, like, every single hour was dedicated to something. The main reason why this was such a big year for me, I think, is because in late 2023, I really felt like I wanted to do something to make my videos more special and more unique, because at the time, and really still, most of my videos are reviews and reactions, which I do. I'm not gonna, you know, down myself and say that they're not special, but reviews and reactions are a very common video to make, and I really just wanted to find something to set them apart and add my own personal spark and funkiness into them. And so that came out in the form of me doing outfits to match every episode, to predict the predictions, things like that. And I am so glad I did it. I thought at first, like, this is gonna be so stupid. People are gonna be like, what, like, what, how does this fit into anything? But no, I'm really glad that I did it, because I think it does add more of me and more uniqueness to my videos, and I think people have really enjoyed that, especially the outfit aspect. And now we're back to this year, which is 2025, and it has been amazing so far. I just released my deep dive on the Midnight Entity, which is by far the video that I am the most proud of. Like, out of any video I've ever made, that is my favorite. Gallifrey 1 2025 was crazy. I met some of my absolute heroes, did more panels, really got myself out there and did some networking with other creators, things like that. And most importantly, I hit 1,000 subscribers, which is crazy. Like, everything has been so crazy, but it's also been so great. At this point, I think I've made some really great strides in improving the quality of my videos. Lighting, for example, that was a big problem in 2024. I've got a lot of things that I know I can improve on, and I do really want to work on that throughout the year so that I can make my videos even better. But I also just have some other really cool plans for the future, and you might be wondering what those are. I never want to get too explicit in revealing them, mainly because plans change. For example, years ago, I think 2021, I had this big idea, made a big deal, like, I am going to react to every single episode of Classic Doctor Who. For many reasons. That did not happen. But I do have so many plans. For example, I really want to make more videos like my Midnight Entity Deep Dive. When it comes to Doctor Who, I have 72 Doctor Who video ideas sitting on a spreadsheet that I have not recorded yet. I also have plans for 2 non-Doctor Who related video series, one to do with music, which, as I said, I actually really love, I just don't talk about it that much, and then another that is a more variety type approach, and both of these ideas could theoretically double as podcasts, and I'm thinking about maybe doing that, but my focus is, of course, on this channel. Both of these are at the point where, you know, I've outlined the concepts, I have a really good, strong idea of where I want to go with both of them, and I have many episodes planned for each as well. It really just comes down to seeing what my life and my schedule looks like after this season of Doctor Who is done. I know that many of you are from the Doctor Who community, and I understand that you might be expecting me to make just Doctor Who videos, but I promise that I do have some really cool ideas that are not Doctor Who related, and I do hope that you'll stick around and check them out. Cap off the video, I am going to revisit the past, 2021, when I first hit 100 subscribers, which seemed crazy enough at the time. So let's go back and see how I celebrated and how different things are now. Okay, I apologize for my crime of using the front camera, I'm sorry, but we're gonna watch the video. Hey everybody, it's me, Ivy, aka the main protagonist, and today I'm filming a video. I paused at 4 seconds. First of all, seeing my old room is crazy. I've moved since then, and it's just, that David Tennant cardboard cutout used to scare the crap out of me in the middle of the night, because I'd get up and go to the bathroom, and then I'd walk in, and all you see is this shadow outline of David Tennant. Spooky. The hair is also making me nostalgic, because if I remember correctly, my last haircut was 2020 or 2021, so this has been a work in progress, but I just look so young. Today, my last video, which is my reaction to the Revolution of the Daleks trailer, actually just became my first video to ever hit 300 views. So 2 big milestones here, the 100 subscribers and the 300 views. These might not seem like a lot to some people, but to me, they mean a lot. I started this channel nearly 2 years ago when I was 16 years old, and when I started, I feel like I was really limited by myself, my time, my school. I still am. That did not change that much, but now I'm in a much better place. Currently my plan, and this could be subject to change depending on a bunch of other factors in my life, but currently my plan is to watch and react to every single episode of classic Doctor Who in chronological order. That may not seem like a big deal to you guys, but for me, and this is kind of subject to change, huh? In my defense, okay, I did do 5 serials worth of reactions, filmed, edited, everything. I think I only posted 1, but I had quite a few ready to go. It was just the editing got really awkward in the way that I was doing it. I didn't have the skills I had now, and then copyright was a major issue because I didn't know how to navigate that either, but sorry. At a time and edit them and then try and release them at a weekly basis. But what I want to do for you guys is really just emphasize my gratitude. I am so thankful for every single one of you for stopping by, giving me a chance, all your support. And I hope that you'll stick with me in the future. I love all of you guys. Mind you, the video I just reacted to was before I had ever gone to a convention. I didn't know nearly as many people as I did now. My whole life was different. And this is really crazy to look at. I think the attitude that I had then, which is that 100 subscribers seemed like a lot, is still one that I hold now. Even having reached 1,000 subscribers, I know that in the grand scheme of things, for a lot of creators, that doesn't really seem like a lot. You know, I have friends who have like 30k subscribers, but to me, especially since this is more of a hobby, and I don't have the ability to do as much as I would like with it, it's any growth, any subscribers, any people who stop to even just check out my videos, is genuinely still really cool to me. It's also just emotional because I don't even think I was really envisioning my future at this time. I don't think many people do at that age. You kind of just live it one day at a time. But either way, being 18-year-old Ivy, I mean, she has no idea the experiences that she's gonna have, the people she's gonna meet. Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, everybody that I've met and talked to throughout the years. Like, it seriously, I can't imagine my life and what things would look like if I wasn't doing this, and if I hadn't met all the people that I've met, done all the things that I've done, traveled all the places that I've traveled because I started this channel. Like, I truly cannot envision that turn left alternate reality. I seriously am just like extremely thankful, and I'm really excited for the future. I hope you'll stick with me and that I can bring so many of those ideas, those 72 videos, or just the 2 other video ideas I have, to life for you, and that you'll be at my side for that. Again, thank you so much, and here's to the future. As always, I hope you're staying safe, happy, and healthy. I hope you're having a great day, night, whatever time it is for you. And thank you for 1,000 subscribers.